Alright, hello everybody and welcome to another episode of How to Do All the Things. I'm just going to show you a little bit about ProPresenter. We're not going to go through necessarily everything with ProPresenter, but I am going to show how to create a new song and what all that goes on is involved in that. And so as you see, first thing I did is I opened ProPresenter. That's a pretty obvious thing, I guess, to do. That's the first thing you do. And you'll notice right here I have my playlists. These are all just the different services that we have going on. Me and Deborah's wedding, I put that in there. And then the next 2 weeks after that, I already put all the schedules in for that. And that's just kind of the basic overview of some of these things. And then you have the library up here, you have the songs, which is where most of the presentations are, sermons, and all these different categories here. So that's where all of our presentations will be. And then down here we have media, and this slides up and down, which is kind of neat. And all this is helps you to put in different backgrounds to these slides. And what's really neat, and I didn't find this out until fairly recently, is all you have to do is you just grab it from down here and you just drag it and drop it right on the slide, and bam, you got your new background. You don't have to go in and edit or anything like that. You just drag it right in. And so I'm going to switch that back. I'm just going to go through on how to do a new song, and in order to do that, I'm going to first delete the song that I'm going to create. We're just going to do Great Are You, Lord. I'm just going to delete it, and then we'll recreate it. Alright, so we'll go up here and you'll go to File. You would think that it'd be in Presentation, but it actually isn't. I don't understand it, but you just go to File, and then you go to New Presentation. And first thing you do is you put the file name, so it'd just be the name of the song. Great Are You, Lord. I like to usually try to capitalize all the words, because it's a title. That's just what I do. And then for the theme, it should already be on it, but you want to go down to Song Preset and then Songs Default. And what that does is it creates it in the format. It's a universal format for all the songs, and we don't have to go in and like change text sizes, change the line spacing. It's all already preset, and it's all good to go, so we don't have to go in and do that. Make sure that the library is on songs. Sometimes it switches it to countdowns. And then playlist, you really only need to do that if you're going to be putting it in a playlist, but you can always put it in the playlist later, so that really doesn't matter too much. So you have our title, we have our theme, songs, and then make sure the size is 1920 by 1080. And then we just create new. And you'll see this kind of blank, transparent looking slide here. And all you do is you go up here to edit, if it loads, and you just create the title. So Great Are You, Lord. So that's going to be our first slide, just the title slide. And what we don't see as much on the screen is kind of this back end stuff. So what we do is we put in all the information about the song in here, and I'll probably put in the video a picture of where to find this information. If we for a lot of the songs we use praise charts, and they have all the information you'll need on there. And so for the title, we just do Great Are You, Lord. And then we will just look at the paper, the chord chart from Praise Charts, and it'll show the who the artist and author is. For this one, it's All Sons and daughters. And for the most part, it's going to be the same for the artist and the author. Just do a little copy and paste here. Album, don't really have to do album. A lot of times it doesn't even have it on there, so we don't need to do that. Publisher, we have integrities, praise music. Praise music. Okay, and then the years on here is 2012. Okay, and then the CCLI. Every song has a specific number or a licensing number, and you'll see that on the paper as well, and I'll put a picture in. It's the CCLI song number, and this one actually has a couple of different ones, but we'll just do the first one here. So 6460220, and that's just part of the copywriting, because what we want to do is we're going to click this little box here that says show on screen, and what it'll do is I have it set so that when the title slide is shown, it will show all this information here. So it just helps avoid any kind of copyright issues that we could have on our live stream. And so that should be showing. All right, so now all that kind of back end stuff is done. All we have to do now is put in the lyrics of the song. And there's some shortcuts that make this a lot easier. What you can do is Command D, and that duplicates. And so all you do is double click, delete, and then usually I'll try and find a online version of it. Maybe I'll just fast forward this part until the end, because all we're doing is really just putting in content, putting in all the words, and I like to try and make it so that it's not too long on for a particular line, but you don't want to go more than 4 lines really, if you can help it. Okay, so now that as you can see, I have all the lyrics in right now, and just a couple of things to note. You'll notice that I capitalized the first word of every line. It just makes it look a little better. I don't know what it is, but it just looks better. So that's one thing to note and to make sure you do when you go through. And the other thing to be very careful about is whenever there's a reference to God, even if it's a pronoun, you want to make sure you capital it. So like in this, you are life, you are love, that's talking about God, is the you. So just make sure you capitalize that. And the same thing with Lord. Oh, and then I missed this one here. So let's good to go back and check. But go there, fix that. So I'm actually going to have to fix that for every single one because I copied and paste. Just do that. And you just want to, like how you get the order, you just want to pay attention to how the sheet music or the chord chart is laid out. I'll put some notes in it. Sometimes the notes get a little compounded. There's some from different weeks and it changes, but for the most part, it'll be all laid out and it'll show exactly what the order is supposed to be. So what's going on here? So Yep. Okay. And so now that's all good to go, all the content at least. We're going to go to show. And then if we want to, we can put just a background on it for now. We'll just like drag it in like that. And then one thing that we need to do, the last thing, is right click, and you'll see all these options here. You go down to group, and then you go to verse. And again, you just look at the sheet music to give you an idea of what's what. And then you just label each section. just to make it a bit easier for us to understand what's going on. And so this is bridge. You can go down to bridge. Wait, no, that's chorus. Chorus. Just like that. And then that's a double chorus there. And then right here is the bridge. There. And then we end with 2 choruses. So there you go. That's how you create a song in ProPresenter, and just lay it out all like that. And you just want to make sure and kind of double check. I like to also build it with the projector on, and so I can see just how it looks up there as well. But yeah, that's how you create songs in ProPresenter.